Everyone. Thanks for visiting. I wanted to take a few minutes today and sort of pass on my thoughts about something that seems to be coming into my life. It's sort of, I've been seeing a lot of it lately, and that is judgment. I've seen some things happening to me that involve judgment. I've seen some organizations mention the word judgment, some other fellow YouTubers and Facebookers talking about judgment, and it just got me to thinking about how judgment really affects our lives as alienated parents. One of the instances, one of the things that happened to me that involved judgment, I was on a alienated mothers Facebook group, and one of the mothers was very upset because her adult daughter, who she is now reunited with, her adult daughter eloped, and she was very upset, the mother, and she wrote about this isn't the way that this should be for her daughter. Her daughter shouldn't have eloped. She should have had a normal wedding. The mother, and the father should have been able to help. Family should have been there for her. This isn't the way that her daughter's life should have turned out. There was a lot of shoulds in her disclosure about her daughter's elopement, and she also mentioned the fact that she was very ill, the mother. Well, I commented on her post, and knowing that extreme negativity does affect your health. It affects your physical, your mental, your emotional well-being. I asked her, would she be willing to think of her daughter's situation in a different way, instead of being judgmental, using saying that her daughter's life should not have turned out this way, which is a judgmental statement. Could she open up to seeing it as life working on her daughter, and that this was based on her daughter's choices, and could she be open to it, just accepting it, because of the fact that the negativity was weighing on her so heavily and affecting her health. And apparently she could not think of it in a different way. She, like many of us, we get to a point where we just want to be in our suffering. We want to be in that place of negativity. We become comfortable with that negativity and our suffering, and we don't want to come out. We're not ready to come out, and that's where she was. She was in a place of wanting to suffer. So that was a little insight into what judgment does to us as alienated parents. Anytime you go into the shoulda, woulda, couldas, I call it the shoulda, woulda, coulda syndrome of judging a situation, more than likely it's going to cause negativity in your life. You are going to be frustrated. You're going to be resentful. You're going to be angry. You're going to suffer when you hold on to that view that life is not turning out like it should have. One, we don't control a lot of things in our life. Life gives us what it feels that we need, and we have free will to respond accordingly. You can respond by accepting the circumstances. You might not like it. You may have an opinion about it, but you accept it and you move forward. Judgment is not all bad. We judge things every day. When we use judgment to move us forward in life, when we judge other people and we use that as a lesson or a template for our situations, it can be instrumental in what choices we make. It's when we hold on to those shoulda, woulda, couldas that judgment becomes very negative and very detrimental, because it doesn't allow us to move forward. This mother was unable to move forward, to move past the fact that her daughter had eloped. It had happened. There's nothing that you can do to change it, but she decided to remain in that space of this should not have happened. This is not the way her daughter's life should have been. She remained in a state of judgment, and when you remain in that state of judgment, you cannot move forward. It keeps you in the past, which is not where we want to be. We want to be in the present, moving forward. One of the other places that I noticed judgment come up was another YouTube site, which I highly recommend you all go visit. The YouTube channel. She also has a Facebook channel, Instagram, and I believe Twitter. It is called Love Dominates. Her name is Tamara, and she is very positive outlook on life. She is advocating for education of parental alienation and changes to be made. So I highly recommend that you check out her YouTube channel and her Facebook channel. She's got a lot of good information. But she had posted, let me see if I can bring it up here. Give me just a second. She had posted a little thing about inspiration. And it says, when it comes to judging situations, we should never be partial in our reasoning. If we try to favor one party instead of being just, we are doing a great injustice to the wronged person, and we are also doing a great disservice to ourselves as children of God. Be fair in every situation and strive to do the right thing. There is no honor in partiality. So that makes me think, when you find yourself in a situation of using the shoulda, woulda, couldas, how can you change that thinking? How can you come out of that state of that position of judgment? Well, another group that came up in the past week is called the Lane Project, Layne, and they are child advocates. But in reading their platform, their mission statement, they to me are very much family advocates. Check out their website, the Lane Project. I will post the link to it in the comments. Great group doing great things for families in different situations, and advocating for the children to have what's best for them, and which is usually to have both parents in their life, and they help the parents learn how to parent in a healthy manner. So check them out. Again, I'll put the link there. But one of their mottos is trade judgment for curiosity. And I just love this. Love that motto. instead of, when you're faced with a situation, instead of saying, well, this should have happened, if I would have done this, things would be differently, or, I could have made it, I could have done something differently. Instead of going back into the coulda, woulda, shouldas, can you instead ask who, what, when, where, why, and how? Find out more information. Give yourself more facts to base your reasoning on. A really good place where this would come in handy is anytime you are given second or third hand information. Don't just automatically accept that information as fact and make a judgment. Form your opinions based on those questions. You're given some information. Somebody comes up to you and says, well, this father did so and so, this mother did this, and they don't deserve to be around their children. One, don't take that as gospel. Don't take that as fact. Ask questions. Well, who is this person? What exactly did they do? Well, why would they have done this? How? Ask the questions. Get the real facts before you pass judgment. Those were just some of my thoughts. Like I said, the word judgment, some situations just seem to be popping up an awful lot over the past weeks, month, and got me to thinking. And so I wanted to pass my viewpoint on to you and ask you, how do you see judgment coming up in your daily life? Do you see yourself forming a lot of shoulda, woulda, coulda opinions, passing judgment without actually getting all of the facts out, without actually asking the who, what, when, where, why, and how? Have you seen judgment being passed on you without people getting the true facts, which I know we all have, otherwise we wouldn't be in this alienation process. But anyway, just wanted to pass that along to you, something to think about in your daily life, how judgment affects you, how you may be processing judgment, projecting judgment onto other people, and just a little bit of information to sort of make you stop and think. Is there a different way that I can see this situation? Can I be a little less judgmental in my response to this situation? So let me hear from you. Let me hear how judgment affects your life. And until the next time that I think and want to pass it along to you, I hope that you will make it a great week. And I'll talk to you later on. Bye.